It's so good to be back home in my favorite trim of all time, my daily driver, 1794 edition TRD off-road. Let's talk about it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day, and welcome to the Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel. Our time with the 2025 Toyota Tundra SR5 TRD Rally is over, and we are back home in the beautiful 1794 TRD off-road that I have the pleasure of driving every day. I haven't driven this truck in a while, so we are going to take this thing for a little ride while we talk. There are three things I want to cover today. Number one, I want to go over my week with the SR5 TRD Rally and tell you some of the things I like and dislike about that. Number two, we're going to take this for a ride, and I want to talk about what it's like to come back up in to a luxury trim Tundra after spending a week with the SR5 TRD Rally, and I spent a lot of time on the road in that truck. And then, most importantly, in this video, I want to go over some of, I want to help the consumers a little bit that are looking for a Toyota Tundra and talk a little bit about the differences in trims. We talk about that a lot. I feel like it's something we can repeat on every once in a while, just to talk about some of the differences here and there when you go from, say, an SR5 to a 1794. There is no right answer. Everybody's different in their wants and needs, but to go in to the dealership educated and prepared is the goal of this channel, and I want to help you guys out for sure. So number one, let's talk about the time with the 2025 TRD Rally. I really like that truck. Now, it's built off of an SR5, but you got to know today's SR5, the new generation, is a little bit different than what we're used to in, say, the first and second generation. You can build up the SR5 nowadays like you never could before. Okay. Now, the TRD Rally is a special package of SR5, and you can only get it one way, and that's Crew Max with the 5.5 foot bed, 4x4. It only comes in four colors: magnetic gray, ice cap, midnight black, celestial silver. All right. Now, it's known because it has the TRD Heritage tricolor stickers all over the outside of the body. It's on the grill, it's on the sides of the truck, it's on the tailgate, and it's on the wheels, right? But there's a lot more to the package, and I said this in the videos I made about the TRD Rally over the week, so make sure you go check those out. There's a lot more that Toyota doesn't add to the sticker. So you get the Bilstein shocks, that's on the sticker. The 18-inch wheel and tire package is on the sticker. Locking rear diff, multi-terrain select crawl control. It's very much like the SR5 TRD off-road, but what it doesn't mention are some of the things it gives you, like the premium audio package, the 14-inch screen, the bed lights, and the outlet. It doesn't mention that it gives you the power folding mirrors, the 360 camera. So at the end of the day, it's a very well-built SR5, pretty much fully loaded. The two main things it is missing is the trailer assist package and the digital rear view mirror. So keep that in mind if you're in the market. I strongly suggest you go and you sit in it and test drive it and see all the things it has. And if it's missing some things you want or a different configuration, the SR5 offers a lot of other things you could get, like 6.5 foot bed, double cab. There's a lot of options on the regular SR5, but the Rally comes one way. Fully loaded SR5, almost. Now, the things on the Rally that you can't get on other SR5s are the TRD Pro steering wheel, TRD Pro shifter, and TRD Pro dual tip exhaust. Those are some of the add-ons to it. Of course, it has the Softex heated seats, and it has the Heritage tricolors in those seats as well, with some yellow stitching all over the cab. So it's a really nice SR5 loaded up. I believe the one that I drove was 62,000, just over 62,000 MSRP. So that's right in line with the regular SR5 TRD off-road. So my time with it was great. I enjoyed it very much. I spent a lot of time on the highway. We drove to Koch 33 Toyota for the dealership walk. That's about a 2-hour ride each way for me to film there. And then the next day, we did the 170-mile MPG test. And that's 170 miles out and 170 miles back. So I spent a lot of time in the truck. Now, there's things I noticed about that truck. If you guys have watched my other videos, with this 2024 that I bought in September, there are a few quality control interior issues in this truck, okay? For instance, I got a lot of wind noise coming from around the rear view mirror. It almost sounds like a hive of bees. It sounds like the seal or something on the windshield is not set properly, and a little bit of wind noise is getting in. Sometimes in certain temperatures, I got a little sticking sound from the headliner. That's another thing. And I have a sound coming from the rear end of the truck. All right. So those are the three main things. In getting in an SR5 and getting in a 2025, because this is a 2024, I wanted to see the difference. And if you watch some of my videos with that SR5 TRD Rally, you know that I mentioned a few times that it felt like the interior was very tight. There wasn't a lot of wind noise coming from the outside of the truck. We did a decibel check. So go check my MPG test video. We actually used the decibel app to see what the interior sound was at highway speeds. We did a lot with the truck that was, you know, just testing different things. There was a lot more road noise coming from the tire. Now, don't forget the TRD Rally has the 18-inch wheel and tire package, a Michelin tire, and this truck has a 20-inch wheel and tire package. So there was a little more tire noise, but overall, the interior was very quiet. And everyone always says, well, the SR5 has a lot of plastic. But let me tell you what, I had a 2023 SR5 at one point, and this 2025 had the same DNA. There's not creaking, there's not rattling, it's very tight on the interior. So I was pleasantly surprised and kind of expecting that from going from that 2023 SR5 into the 2025 TRD Rally. Could it be because there's a lot less options on the SR5 versus something like this? There's no pano on SR5. So, you know, there's no JBL, there's no extras. It's kind of straight to the point, and you can get some great features along the way. But overall, are the quality control issues coming from stuff that is in these higher trims and not in the lower trims? Because every time I drive an SR5, it always seems like it's put together very well. And don't get me wrong, this 1794 is put together just fine. It's not rattling, it's not shaking, I don't have any of those issues. But of the few quality control issues that I do have in this, I was ready to test that 2025 to see if it was on that as well, and it was not. So take that for what you will. But my time with the SR5 Rally was awesome. I like the package. There are some things that I think Toyota should change about it. Let me go over that real quick. Number one, it's a TRD Rally, so it's a TRD package Tundra, but it doesn't have the TRD grille. So this TRD Rally for 2025 is replacing the outgoing TRD Sport. Now that TRD Sport had the TRD grille. The Rally just has the regular SR5 grille with the tricolor sticker on the side of it. I think they need to change that. It should have a TRD grille. It's a TRD truck. As far as the stickers go, take it off the grille and take it off the rear, and the ones on the side of the door, you can keep those, but put the words TRD Rally across it. That way, if people are interested in the truck, if you don't know Toyota, you're not going to know what that tricolor means to Toyota Heritage and Ivan Stewart and everything. So make it easy on the potential consumer. Put the name TRD Rally with the colors in the background on the side. Less is more. And then the truck is perfect. Now, why go TRD Rally over SR5 TRD Off-Road? Kind of the same idea. We talked about some of the unique features, but if you're someone that cares about the cosmetic look of your truck and you don't like chrome, let's say, if you go SR5 TRD off-road, you're going to get the chrome surround up front, you're going to get the chrome rear bumper. But the TRD Rally is based off of just a regular SR5, and regular SR5s have body color surround, body color rear bumper. So it'll save you a lot of money going that direction. But you let me know what direction you would go if you were shopping SR5. So the Rally was a great time. It's very comparable to the TRD off-road. I'll leave that decision up to you guys. Which direction would you go? SR5 TRD Off-Road, SR5 TRD Rally.
All right, taking a little ride in the 1794 TRD Off-Road. I'm happy to be back in this truck. I did enjoy my time very much with that TRD Rally, but there's a reason I selected this truck. There's a reason this is my dream Tundra. And like I said in the beginning of the video, everybody's different in their wants and needs. But I spend a lot of time driving long distances, especially on Sundays, to go to these dealerships to film for you guys. And interior comfort is important to me. Features are important to me. Some people won't care about things like the pano roof. Some people won't care about things like the JBL sound system. Some people don't even care about the 14-inch screen. But all of those things I enjoy on my long rides, especially the 14-inch screen, because I always got some kind of navigation going, and it's a nice, gigantic screen that shows me everything. So the 14-inch screen is a must-have. Is the 1794 something you need? Absolutely not. This is a luxury trim Tundra. And when people talk about pricing, one of the things that I always like to bring up is, you know, there's SR, SR5, Limited, Platinum, 1794, TRD Off-Road, and Capstone. There's a lot of ways you can go. The SR starting price is nowhere near the starting price of the high-end Capstone. So that's where your wants and needs figure in. I personally love the Western theme. As a Toyota Tundra enthusiast, a pretty big Toyota Tundra enthusiast, I should say, I really like the heritage behind the truck we're in right now. I know we just drove the TRD Rally, and it's based around the TRD racing heritage with the tricolor stickers all over the place. But for me, and I've been saying this forever, I think the true flagship of Toyota Tundra is right here in the 1794. 1794 is named after the year the ranch was founded that the factory that makes the Tundra now sits on, TMMTX in San Antonio, Texas. I don't think you could get any more heritage than that. It's a great idea. It's Western themed. I love everything about this trim. In 2016, they finally added the TRD off-road package availability to it. And I think that was a great idea as well. So a win-win. This is my favorite trim for a very long time. I've wanted one for years and years. So now we're in it. I've had it since September, and it's already one of my favorite Toyota Tundras all time. And I've owned a lot of Tundras, and I have had the pleasure of driving a lot of Tundras. So very, very happy in this truck. When it comes to new generation Tundra, okay, if you're somebody who likes technology in your truck, but you don't want to be overwhelmed with technology, I feel like this is the way to go. Even when you get up into the high luxury stuff like the 1794, it gives you a lot of extra features when you come up from, say, an SR5, but it's features that make sense. There's not a lot of extra stuff that you potentially will never use, and that's the decision you could make on your wants and needs. But for me, it's perfect. I use the heated seat a lot in driving, again, to these dealerships early on Sunday morning. Sometimes it's like 8 degrees when I'm filming. The ventilated seats, not a big fan of the ventilated seats. They're not cooled seats. They're ventilated, and they're not the best. My back sweats anyway, but I do throw them on in the warmer temperatures, to see if it'll help or not. So those are a couple things there. This is the genuine leather. If you're in limited, you're going to get the Softex, so a little more high grade in this one. And this also has the heated and ventilated rear seats, which that is only available in the high trim stuff on the Tundra. You can't get that in limited or anything. So there's a reason you come up into the 1794. This has the fed-in engine noise, which this mic probably won't pick up. This is a pretty good mic with sound canceling, like noise cancellation. But I like the fed-in noise. Some people don't. I added the dual-tip TRD exhaust to this, the one that's on the TRD Pro. The one that's on the TRD Rally as well gives it a little deeper growl on the outside, so I'm a fan there. This truck is set up perfectly for me. There's more coming in this truck as far as, installation of parts. We got one coming probably next week. On Monday, which is, I believe, February 3rd, this truck is going in for its first service, the 5,000 service, which is going to be a big deal because I asked the dealership to look at all the quality control things that we talked about earlier in this video to see if it could get fixed. Even though it's its 5,000 mile trip where Toyota Care won't give you an oil change, I'm getting an oil change. So we're going to be doing a lot with this truck for that service visit. And then I'm going to make a video and let you know what they said about all these quality control issues. So we got some good things coming up. But at the end of the day, I love this truck. With the 1794, you could go iForce or iForce Max. This is a regular iForce. Best part about Tundra in today's new generation Tundra is both engine choices as far as power do the job just fine. I've driven both. I've owned both. iForce Max definitely has more power, but you lose your underseat storage because of the hybrid batteries and all that. This one does the job just fine. I don't feel like it's underpowered at all. At all. I don't feel like it's underpowered. So definitely happy with this exact setup. Midnight Black looks the best on the outside when it comes to the chrome that's on the 1794. I'm not a big chrome guy, but the chrome works with this package, in my opinion, with the saddle brown on the interior. There's chrome on the outside with the Midnight Black, and it has the TRD off-road package. So you lose a lot of the extra chrome features like the grille. You lose the, silver/chrome wheels. We'll say machine silver wheels. So the black from the TRD off-road package kind of breaks it up a little bit. So you let me know what you think in the comments below. 1794, back in the house, very excited. And, as much as I love driving all these Tundras that I get to, and thank you to Toyota for allowing me to, review some of their press fleet, at the end of the day, there's no place like home. And this one is a good home to be in. And now let's switch the gears and talk about what trim Toyota Tundra you should buy if you're in the market. That is a very tough, question to answer. People ask this one a lot. And it really comes down to what you want in your truck. If you want a basic truck to do basic things around the house, or, you're someone who owns a small business, maybe landscaping, check out the SR. It doesn't have any extra features in it. It gives you some options for cab and bed and all that. But if you don't care about features and you just want the truck to do the job, you go down into SR. When you get into SR5, which I think is the meat and potatoes of the Toyota Tundra lineup when it comes to things you can do to the truck, you can get a very base SR5, right? Again, a lot of configurations. They got the 8-foot bed, double cab, Crew Max 6.5-foot bed. A lot of configurations in SR5. And you can get it very plain Jane on the inside, but you can also add a lot of features to the inside and get it right to the edge of limited when it comes to these crazy features on the inside. When you go up into limited, you can get the features right to the edge of 1794 and Platinum with things like pano roof, with things like JBL. You get the heated and ventilated soft text front seats with memory function for driver. You can go TRD off-road still if you want. There's things you could do in limited. Limited nightshade, basically body color and blacks out the exterior. You could go iForce and iForce Max in limited. And after that, you get up into the 1794 like we're in and Platinum, where you start getting those luxury features standard. So on limited, if you want to build up your limited, you got to add stuff and make sure you have the right packages. When you come up to 1794 and Platinum, they're automatically here. The only real things you have to add when you come up into 1794 and Platinum, do you want TRD off-road? Do you not want TRD off-road? iForce Max, Crew Max 5.5-foot bed, Crew Max 6.5-foot bed, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. But as far as luxury features go, it's all standard. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. When you get up into Capstone, that's another luxury trim. That's all standard. And, you get all of those luxury features. You cannot get TRD off-road in that. There's TRD Pro. Like, there's so many different things you can do when you get up into the trims. Now, the TRD Pro is built like a well-equipped limited, but it has TRD Pro features that are unique, like the Fox suspension, the BBS Forge 18-inch wheels with the Falcon Wild Peak tire setup. You can get the red or the black interior that says TRD Pro on the seats, Pano standard. It's like I said, a well-built limited with a lot of standard features on it. So when you're coming up through the trims, you can add things, but it's definitely more of a variety available to you in the Toyota Tundra lineup as far as configuration than ever before. I strongly suggest you get on the Toyota.com build and price tool and learn the packaging. So when you go to the dealership, you are smarter than the salesman. That's what I always tell you guys to do. Go in there knowing exactly what you want, what package has what, and that's what this channel is for. Go back and look at my dealership walk videos that I've made. There's a playlist for them if you want to really learn. When I walk these trucks every week, the reason we go and we see sometimes the same truck week after week is because the packaging is a little bit different than what we're used to. So some can have certain packages and some could be missing other packages. It all depends. So I strongly suggest you go down into the Toyota.com build and price tool and learn everything you possibly can about your Toyota Tundra before you go make the purchase. Research helps everyone. And in closing on that, also discounts. All right, that's what everybody asks. I'm going to use this as an example what we're sitting in right now. This is a 1794 TRD off-road. The MSRP on this truck was $70,585. They sold this truck to me. We got them down to 63 and change. All right, that's a big discount. That price, 63 and change, is near the MSRP of a loaded SR5 TRD off-road and the beginning of a limited TRD off-road. So I really scored. Look for the discounts because you could potentially be getting more truck than you thought you could if you go to the right area to look for discounts. Personally, in my area, Pennsylvania seems to be the spot. But if in your direct radius you're not seeing a lot of discounts, don't be afraid to come out of your radius a little bit, because you might be able to find $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 off on some of these trucks and get into something you never thought you could. So study up. There's a lot of different variations of Toyota Tundra out there. Do your research and look around because the deals are ripe in certain areas. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok at TundraDude34, TundraDude34 at gmail.com. I hope this video helped. I love the TRD Rally. There's a lot of great things about it. It is missing a couple features here and there as far as fully loaded SR5, but it is unique in its own way. I think it's going to be more of an enthusiast truck versus someone, that just goes out and learns Toyota Tundra. That's going to be a Tundra that the enthusiast may want, knowing what those TRD heritage colors mean and, the history of TRD and Toyota racing and the Toyota Tundra. So let me know what you think. It was a great time being in that truck, but nothing is better than being back in the 1794 TRD. I love this truck. So happy I got this truck, and I will continue to enjoy more additions coming up to this. I really can't wait to put on the next upgrade, and that's going to be in a couple weeks. You guys have a great day. Be safe, be well, and thanks so much for watching.